Today I have a controller board for an external drive, and the way that these work is that if you've got some sort of storage device like this, there will be a place where you can connect it here and plug that into the computer. This is an older model. It's actually got a mini USB connector here that's broken off. And as you can see, we're missing some pads down here, and I thought this would make an interesting video because this, for one, is just surface mount. There are no holes through this board whatsoever, so everything sits right on top here. And in addition to that, I'll show you here shortly, we've got a couple missing pads on the board. So what we've got is these two pads missing here, and fortunately we still have the old port, because trying to get something to match this might be a little challenging. As you can see, we've got the torn traces here still stuck to the port. That should be salvageable. And luckily we know that this has a very simple, very basic pinout configuration here. So you've got your 5-volt line here that supplies power to the hard drive, and you've got two data lines here. There's a positive and a negative for that. This is actually not connected to anything, so we don't have to worry about that pad. And over here we've just got ground, so we just need to connect this here where this where that torn leg is going to sit. We need to make sure that this goes to ground. Don't worry about this, and other than that, we'll just clean this up, get some leaded solder. And if we look at the back of this, we can actually heat this from the bottom if we want to. So we could set the port on top and use our hot air on the bottom side here to get everything to melt, so that sits nice and flush. We could also do it from the top, but then we risk melting parts of this. So first thing I want to do is just get this all cleaned up. And I don't know if you can see that, but this trace is wanting to pull up a bit. And this actually goes through a filter, so we can check for continuity. I can almost get it on camera. Let's go this way. Okay, so we'll double check this real quick here. And we can also confirm that this filter is good. Alright, so we're good there. Just got to rebuild this trace. And for some reason I started having audio issues right about here. So for the duration of the video, the narrations will be minimal. Now there are a number of things you can use to rebuild a pad. In this case we're going to use some conductive metal tape, and this has an adhesive on the bottom, and that's why I wanted to make sure this was nice and dry so that this will stick. So we will cut it to size, score it a few times, peel it off, and then proceed with soldering down, including the use of a solder mask to hold this thing in place. While we let that cure under the UV lamp, we'll go ahead and get this port cleaned up. You'll notice that one of the legs on the corner of this is slightly bent, but it's still going to be usable. So we'll just go ahead and get this all pre-soldered so that we make sure we have a nice solid connection underneath. It did not take a lot of heat in order to warm this board up enough to melt the solder. I've actually got my hot air station set to 360 degrees Celsius and the airflow is at 60 liters per minute. Now that's looking pretty good, but we're going to go ahead and add a little extra solder here just to reinforce this. Now I'm just going to verify that we have the correct diode values here. It's a little tricky to get down inside this thing, but I have actually sharpened my probes to a point, so I'm able to get down inside here and take a look at each pin and make sure that we have the correct value. And this port is all ready to go as soon as we clean it up.